We were motivated to research our mechanical system and making some changes to it, primarily driven by concerns coming out of the warranty room. We had disparate temperatures between bedrooms, and we were looking to get a consistent temperature, especially in rooms above the bonus room, and as well as basements and separate floors, to get a more consistent reading throughout the house.
So it's really challenging having everybody happy in each room or each floor of the house with a standard forced air system, and that's typically because you can't really control where the air is going. You would have one trunk line with branches taken off of it, and you don't know how much air is going to, your bathroom versus your master bedroom. So when you have a bonus room or a room over a garage, that's always a difficult room. Not only does it have an extra cold floor that you have to combat, but it's usually the furthest room away from the furnace as well. And so having a zone ready system gives you a dedicated trunk for the second floor or third floor, wherever it may be, and you can manipulate the air. You can damper down a basement or a main floor to force more air up to that floor, and it'll prevent that room from being a cold room. So to improve the comfort of the home and have consistent temperatures throughout the house, having a zone ready duct system is essentially the way to go. You can design your system so that each floor has its own trunk and is zone ready, and you can manipulate the air and go in and balance it properly to your design to make sure that the house is going to be running most efficiently and cost effectively. So the difference between a zone ready system and a traditional duct system has one large trunk line for the supply, and it has branches coming off of it for each room. So a bedroom on the second floor will have a 5-inch or a 6-inch branch, depending on the size of it, that goes up into the main floor studs, and then up into the second floor joist spaces, and then it goes into the bedroom. So when installing a zone ready system, you start with your traditional plenum with multiple takeoffs coming off of that, one for each zone that you're going to be creating, and they would be sized based off of what's required for those zones for CFMs. And there's a manual damper right off the plenum, and on the trunks themselves, we would have branches going off into the required rooms for that zone, and we reduce those trunks when necessary. Roughing in a second floor thermostat wire is going to be important. Also, a basement thermostat wire, if the basement's going to be developed, is going to be important, and having it run back to the furnace is definitely something to consider.
Looking at costing, the initial upfront of the system is slightly more than a traditional system, but by slightly I do mean slightly. It is not a large cost impact. What we are picking up on the back end is less service calls, less time running out to site, less service charges, less trips with the warranty. So we feel that the additional costs up front are being recouped on the back.
The best feedback is no feedback. So if we don't hear anything from our builders, then that means that they're not hearing anything from their customers. But when we do hear things, it's always good. People are pretty blown away with how they can have their entire house within 1 degree or half a degree Celsius of what their thermostat is saying, no matter what room they're in.